This may be a true story, maybe not. Let's just say it's for entertainment purposes only. So, I worked for a massive corporation called Biovanta Industries. On paper, we were a biomedical research firm focused on longevity and health solutions for the aging population. In reality, it was something much darker. I was a project coordinator, the kind of job where you drown in emails, PowerPoints, and meaningless sync meetings. For years, I thought it was just another soul-sucking corporate gig. But lately, things have been happening that I can't explain. It started small. People were forgetting things. Not in the normal, I forgot to send that report way, but entire conversations. Meetings that I attended and could clearly recall, but others swore never happened. My coworker Jenna once told me about a confidential new department that was being built in the lower levels of our building. She even joked, maybe it's where they hide the bodies. The next day, she came in acting different, quiet, detached. When I asked her about what she said, she blinked at me and said, "What new department?" Like it never happened. Then it started happening more. Our office janitor, Mr. Patel, who worked there longer than anyone, suddenly retired overnight. His locker was cleared, his name removed from the employee directory, and HR said, "We've never had a Mr. Patel here." That's when I started keeping notes. Real physical notes. Because I had this gut feeling my computer was being monitored. Every night before leaving, I'd write down little details. Who I saw in the halls, what was said in meetings, names that started vanishing from the staff list. By the end of the month, I had 3 pages of missing people. All of them had something in common. They'd either asked questions about upper management or been down to Sublevel 3. Now, Sublevel 3 wasn't supposed to exist. Our building officially had only 2 basement floors, storage and server maintenance, but I'd seen the elevator panel before they replaced it. There was a 3rd unlabeled button beneath B2. One day I pressed it. The button didn't light up, but the elevator moved. The descent felt wrong, like gravity shifted halfway down. When the doors opened, I expected darkness. Instead, I was met with blinding white light and cold, sterile air. Rows of lab coats, surgical tables, the faint sound of machines whirring behind glass walls. And in the center of the room, behind reinforced glass, a man lying open on an operating table. At first, I thought it was some sort of training simulation, until I saw his ID badge hanging from the tray next to him. J. Hendricks, Finance. He was awake, eyes darting around in panic, mouth gagged. Tubes snaked from his body into a machine that looked like something between a dialysis pump and a butcher's display. I froze. But a voice behind me said, "You shouldn't be here." It was Dr. Elara Quinn, our head of research. She was always perfectly put together, cold, polite, unreadable. But now her surgical gloves were soaked in something red. Before I could move, she pressed something against my neck. I blacked out. When I woke up, I was in my car in the parking lot. My security badge was gone. My phone wiped. The clock said 2:17 a.m. For a moment, I thought it was a nightmare, until I looked in my rearview mirror. There was a small incision behind my ear. The skin was stitched neatly. I don't remember the week that followed. It's all blank, like someone cut a reel of film from my memory, but my coworkers acted like nothing had happened, except for one. Kevin from IT. He cornered me in the break room a few days later and whispered, "They did it to you too, didn't they?" I asked what he meant. He lifted his shirt to show a scar, identical to mine, running down his lower ribs. He said he'd been trying to expose Project Phoenix, but every time he got close, he'd lose chunks of time. "They take you downstairs," he said. "They cut something out of you and put something else back. Then they erase the part of your brain that remembers." I laughed it off, but that night I couldn't sleep. My side ached. When I touched it, I felt a ridge beneath the skin, like something foreign. I went to a private clinic the next morning and begged for a full body scan. The radiologist looked at the images, then went silent. She left the room, came back with another doctor, and whispered something to him. Finally, she asked, "Have you ever had an organ transplant?" I said no. She turned the monitor toward me. There was something in my abdomen, roughly where my kidney should have been, but the structure was wrong. The shape wasn't quite human. She said it looks more like a pig's organ. I threw up in the sink. I didn't go back to work after that, but Biovanta didn't like that. 2 men in black suits showed up at my apartment that evening. No badges, no names. They said HR had noticed irregularities in my medical leave request. Then they smiled and asked if I'd like to come in for a routine checkup. I slammed the door in their faces. 10 minutes later, my power went out. My Wi-Fi stopped working. And my car, when I tried to start it, was completely dead. I knew then they were trying to make me disappear, like the others. So I ran. I packed a bag, left town, and started driving aimlessly. I've been living in motels ever since, posting this through a VPN on borrowed Wi-Fi. But it doesn't matter how far I go. Sometimes I wake up with new bruises I don't remember getting. Sometimes I feel the scar behind my ear burn, like something's pulsing underneath. Last week, I found a flash drive in my bag labeled PX Recovery. I don't remember putting it there. When I opened it, there were folders of full surgical images, employees I recognized from the company. Under each image was a note: "Harvest complete, memory reset successful." The last file was named subject _ 1789 _ L Carter. That's me. I don't know how much longer I have before they find me. Sometimes I wonder if they already have and they're just letting me run, watching to see what I'll do. If you work at a company with missing employees, unexplained memory lapses, or scars you don't remember getting, get out. Don't ask questions. Don't go to HR. And whatever you do, don't press the button for Sublevel 3.